Yeah, g'day Paul, it's Charlie here. Hey, I just wanted to know if you could have a quick look please at a couple of things just to let me know if I'm on the right track based on all the experience that you've had. So I really don't want to take up much of your time at all please. Up on the screen there you can see the output of the MOSFET that is switching the 12 volts VCC to the filter. I've disconnected the filter, so the filter's disconnected, and I'm just scoping that open circuit drain of that particular MOSFET. The diode that goes from the drain to the earth is still in place. I just wanted to demonstrate that, and I think this is correct. I'm now going to vary with this pot here the DC level feeding into the comparator upon which the AC signal sits. So I'll turn the AC on there. So if I vary that DC level up and down, I'd expect the duty cycle to change across the full range. So one range there, all the way down. So to me that is correct. And if I was to set that at any one particular position and now superimpose on top of that DC level our AC drive from the signal generator, we can now start to see there the modulation or the variation of the pulse width varying at the audio rate. So my understanding is, and what I understand, everything now then leading up to that MOSFET seems to be working correctly. So I can still vary that now backwards and forwards, and of course the pulse width is going to vary in line with the audio frequency. If I was now to switch to the output of the filter, which is on channel 1, connect up that filter now, so that's the orange wire here. So I'm now connecting up the filter. We can see there, and I might have to, let me just ground that, zero it, go to DC, and then crank down the old. So therefore that's what I showed in the video the other night. That there is sitting at 5, just under 10 volts, is our DC level coming out of the low pass filter, varying at the audio rate. Now I can vary the magnitude of the audio driving the comparator, and we can see that going up and down, but what I'm not seeing is what I'd expect to see for 100% or up to 100% modulation, is that signal there dropping all the way down to 0 and all the way up to 2 times the mean value there. So that suggests there's something going on with the low pass filter and that diode. If I was to disconnect that diode and put it back into place, makes no real difference. It's now disconnected. That's now reconnected. You pointed me in line with that article that talked about the value of the low pass filter inductor down here, making sure that it's, and if honestly I can't quite recall exactly what it was wording, but it was in the way of in line of making sure that oh gosh, I can't quite remember what it was. It was in line with the magnetic flux around that inductor not collapsing too fast, or words to that effect. I'd have to go and double check. But I'm pretty sure that that filter has been designed correctly for the cutoff frequency of, and I've gone off half cocked, gosh, I think it was around 15 kilohertz. And I'm pretty certain that is correct. But, okay, so I don't want to say any more now, but based on what you've seen there, would you agree that there's something cuckoo going on with the low pass filter, or is there something else which you think's amiss? Anyway, I'll leave it there. I really don't want to take up too much of your time. If you're too busy, please just say, look, honestly I'm too busy to reply. Otherwise I'd be curious to know what your thoughts are. Okay, cheers Paul, 73's too.